Hey, The Rock.
Kind of the one.
Hey, bring up the do me a favor and bring up the feast day calendar. Shalom, Yasha Allah. Bring up the feast day calendar for me. Shalom, Yasha Allah. Shalom. All right, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing out there? Hey, we missed you all last week, okay, because we were closing out the Feast of Unleavened Bread, okay, the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It's good to see you, brothers and sisters, okay, for another edition of Truth Tuesdays, okay. Hey, the brother Captain Durock has a very special class, very special lesson for you tonight, okay. He's gonna prove that our Hispanic brothers and sisters are Israelites indeed, okay. This is a big deal in the nation of Yasha Allah, okay. You know, you got a lot of people that scoff against this. They don't want to hear that. If brothers and sisters aren't dark skinned, aren't dark complected, okay, they're casting them out as Israelites. But our brother is going to edify the nation tonight with undisputed facts, okay? He's going to give you truth from the Bible, from history, and archaeological evidence, man. All right? So y'all make sure y'all pay attention to this thing. All right, let me know when you got that feast day calendar up. I got a little announcement to make. If you tuned into Milk Monday yesterday, our brother Captain Judah, he kind of put it out there. Listen, Sons of Thunder, hey, we're cleaning up our act, man. Okay, we're getting ready to move a little stern. Okay, we're getting ready to move a little bit more differently than we moved in the past. Okay, if you're gonna fellowship with Sons of Thunder, you're gonna congregate with the Sons of Thunder Israelites, okay, and come around us. You have to be subject, all right, to our leadership, all right, and our counsel in the way we do things. You have to be, okay. You can't, deal with another camp's doctrine, okay, and then question us on ours. It don't work like that. If you wanna, deal with another camp and deal with their doctrines, then go over there somewhere. Okay, we're not going to cast you out. Okay, we still love you. All right, but if you're going to deal with us, all right, you have to be subject to what we teach. Okay, simple and plain. Any of you brothers got anything to add to that?
I don't want to be straight like that.
It's just straight like that.
You got that calendar? You got that calendar for me, King, or no?
Kind of the one. You see it?
It's back there?
Yes, ma'am.
I got it, brother. I got it.
All right,
my bad.
Yeah, so you want to zoom in a little bit more?
Hey, blow that up, King.
That's as far as it can go.
All right. So if you look at our calendar there, and we're gonna wait till it gets straight. Brother Durock, trying to make sure that thing is right for you, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, this is a new computer, so bear with me.
Brand new computer. Bear with the brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Figuring out how to zoom it in and all that good stuff. Hey, y'all can gather thought that was you right there operating that thing, man. All right. Hey, April the 30th at evening, okay? April the 30th at evening will be the new moon, second month. The Sons of Thunder Israelites will be congregating in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm pretty sure they're going to be congregating in Greensboro, North Carolina. Am I right about that? Y'all?
All
right. So if you wish to congregate with Sons of Thunder Atlanta or Sons of Thunder Greensboro, North Carolina, send us an email for Atlanta, Sons of Thunder Israelites @gmail.com. Okay. If you want to deal with the Greensboro camp in North Carolina, okay, Sons of Thunder Israelites NC @gmail.com. Okay, come on out. All right, fellowship with us. All right, be edified in the scriptures. All right, be happy and be merry, Con. We got the Makeup Passover for the Sons of Thunder Israelites. Okay, Makeup Passover, May the 13th at evening. Now, some of you probably have never heard of a Makeup Passover before. It's okay. It was new to me, all right, years ago. Okay, can you brothers hear me right now?
Count out of one.
Yeah, the sound got a little different for me for some reason. Okay, but if you missed the first Passover, okay, the Passover we conducted, all right, on April 13th, all right, due to uncleanness, okay, due to uncleanness, all right, then you can celebrate it, all right, on May the 13th at evening, okay. You'll go ahead and you'll watch our video, okay, because I don't want to sit here and try to explain the whole thing to you. Hey, go back to our channel, okay, watch Sons of Thunder Passover, okay, and you'll see the ceremony, okay. Teach your family, all right, the history of the Passover, okay, and then conduct the Seder meal, okay, and you can do the prayers to the best of your ability, all right. And then you're going to go ahead and do the Feast of Unleavened Bread, meaning you have to eat unleavened bread, all right, with your meal, okay? Unleavened bread with your meal daily, okay, for 7 days, all right? For 7 days. So you'll do this from May the 13th until May 20th, okay, at evening. May the 13th until May 20th at evening, all right? All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand the lesson over to our brother, Captain Durant, all right, so he can start edifying you, okay, on the fact that the Hispanics are Israelites. Go ahead, King.
Khan. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashak Yahweh Shai. What I just said in the ancient Hebrew tongue was all praise to the Most High God in the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. We the Sons of Thunder Israelites, we like to come in, week week out to edify our brothers and sisters, right, in sincerity and truth, and try to knock down every false doctrine, all these strongholds that take hold of our people, try to knock them down through the spirit. Today we're going into a lesson like the Adawan briefly brought out. We're going on and explaining through great detail and proving emphatically through the spirit and power of the Most High through his son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that the Hispanics are in fact Israelites. And I have a presentation, a very scholarly, in-depth study I've been doing and trying to compile this information up to prove that the Hispanics are definitely Israelites. And not to be too cocky, I'm going to speak as a man, right? There is so much more evidence, so much more facts that I could have put in this presentation, right? There's so much more facts I could have put in this presentation. But for the people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to truncate it in between the Northern Kingdom and make different lessons throughout the week. When it's my turn on Tuesday, I'll go into Hispanic history, right? To prove emphatically and to stamp it with historical evidence and tie it in with the Bible, man, through the spirit of the Most High. You know, I'd like to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in the chat, man. Shalom, Yakum Yah. Shalom. You know, Mafa, Salakia. Shalom, Shaquat. Shalom, Jay, Awad, Dre, Aharon, right? Cave, Whitey. Wait, is that? Oh, that's a scoffer. You know, shout out to Yakana, Matthew, Christina, Jasmine, Christella, Kayvon, right?
Hey, Shalakia, Durant.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if you want to address that scoffer, go ahead and do so. All right, that's up to you, King. All right, I know you want to bring out your lesson, but hey, we're gonna allow that thing today. Hey, go ahead, King.
That first scoffer. You know, if it's any. Hey, so you know, any brother and sister that I miss, man. Hey, Shalom. I'm great and I'm blessed to have y'all in the building. What you need for this lesson is a pen, a pad, and a KJV Bible. Be attentive ear and be ready to take down these notes through the spirit, right? First, I like to start off with a Kwam Yasha'Allah, and let's get right into the presentation, right? If you will. So what we have right here is the presentation. Are Hispanics Israelites? That is the main question on the table, right? Are Hispanics Israelites? Go to the next slide. I don't want Baba Kashaw. Right? And how we're going to prove, right? This is how we prove it on the streets through Bible prophecy, through history, and through archaeology. This is how we go through it in the streets, right? When we teaching Jake, right, a so-called black man in America that he's an Israelite, we go into Bible prophecy and we show what an Israelite is, the things and the signs that are upon them, right? These are things right here that you have to take into consideration when you're going into one's history, right? Does it tie up with Bible prophecy? Does the archaeology of these people tie in with Bible prophecy? And with us, it did, the so-called black people. But guess who also it ties in with? Hispanics as well. Let's go to the next slide. Right? All praises. So what is one of the first things we go to on the street corners? The curses of Deuteronomy. Why do we do so? Hey, y'all, all can you give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 45, right? Chapter 28 and verse 45. Salaki.
One.
Right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45. Right. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Keep reading.
God. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So the topic and the context, right, of verse 46 is the curses, right, that it was talking about in 45. So the curses are going to come upon us, pursue us until we're destroyed, right? And those same curses are going to be a what? Read verse 46 again.
God. And they shall be upon thee for a sign
and
and
for a sign. They're going to be upon you for a sign. And like you hear us go on the street, what is a sign? It's an identifying marker. That's what a sign is. I understand that this right here is a King James Version Bible with Apocrypha included because there is a sign on it. We know we're Israelites because the curses will act as a sign. Read on.
God. For a sign and for a wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And upon thy seed forever.
And it's going to be upon our seed forever. So as I got right here, the curses are an identifying marker on the children of Israel from generation to generation. So we're going to see this from generation and generation. Like it said in verse 45, it's going to pursue us. So no matter where we go, because we understand that Israel is scattered through the four corners of the earth, no matter where we go, these curses are going to be upon us, a marker to show who the Israelites are from generation to generation. Somebody grab me the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30. Because this is right here. It's about the Bible is talking. The Bible is talking to the children of Israel and is letting us know that these curses are going to be upon us for identifying marker. This is critical information and something for y'all to understand and keeping y'all dome as we go through this history, right? A lot of people try to stray away that these markers hit our people to a T, right? They don't hit nobody else. It's strange how these curses fit us to a large amount, the so-called black and brown people being the Hispanics, right? Go ahead and read Baruch for me, please.
God. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse 30.
Read.
For I knew that they would not hear me.
But guess what? Even though this hard, undisputed evidence is going to come out, some of y'all will still not hear the words of the Lord. Even though Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 45 through 46 teaches that the curses are going to be upon you for a sign and for a wonder and upon your seed forever, some of y'all are still not going to listen. Right? Read on.
Khan, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people.
Because this is a stiff-necked people, right? And I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, right? Because read the next verse.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
But in the land of their captivities, we're going to remember ourselves, right? And how are we going to remember ourselves? By taking this evidence which the Most High gave us and putting it upon us, because it's going to be for a sign. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16. Baba Kachab.
Go on the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
So the Bible says one of these curses, one of these identifying markers is that we will be cursed in the city and also cursed in the field. We oftentimes put this solely on the so-called black man, right? Those Jamaicans, Haitians, right? African Americans, so-called. We put it upon them, right? Right? Like I said right here in this part, it says we understand that so-called black people were enslaved and forced to do field/plantation work. But you will find out that native Mesoamericans, talking about Hispanics, did suffer the same fate. The next slide. And which leads me to this word right here, encomienda, right? This word encomienda is a grant by the Spanish crown to colonists in America, conferring the rights to demand tribute and forced labor from the Indian inhabitants of an area. And even when you go into the etymology of the word, right? Let's go to the bottom part where it says medieval Latin, commendam, right? It's Latin commendare, commit to one's care. It's not talking about rub your head and give you a massage care. That means possession. To commit to one's possession. So that's what that word encomienda mean. I'm going to put you into another person's possession. That's what the Spanish crown did to the natives to America and Mesoamerica, right? Let's look at that again. Tribute and forced labor, right? Let's go to the next slide, Baba Kishar. Spaniards will come to the Americas, seeing that it is in fact inhabited, declared themselves lord over it by taking the land, natural resources with indigenous people and enslaving them. This is what would happen with the encomienda system. They would take the Mesoamericans, take the Native Americans, right, and enslave them. Take the natural resources of the land and sell them. Take the people, enslave them again. Take the land and call it their own. This sounds like something in the Bible. Can a brother get from me Psalms chapter 35 and verse 15, please?
Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 35 and verse 15.
Khan.
But in mine adversity, they rejoice.
This is a song. This right here is a psalm of David. And he's saying, in his adversity, his enemies will do what?
They rejoice.
Keep reading.
And gather themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not.
Man, so they gathered themselves together, right? Reverse Salakia. Kind. Hey, so that's what happened, right? Reverse 14, Baba Kashan.
14. This is Psalms 35 and 14. I behaved myself as though he had been my friend or brother. So this is right. This is what happened when the Spaniards came. Guess what? Wait, you hear about it all the time. How Montezuma came and thought he was a god and gave him gold and stuff. He beheld him as a brother. The Native Americans greeted the people, these other nations, with a cornucopia of food as a brother. That's how they treated him. Taught them how to till the land and do different type of things. Right? He treated him as a brother. Right? Read. I bowed down heavily, right, as one that mourned for his mother. Keep reading. But in mine adversity, they rejoiced and gathered themselves together. Yea, the abjects gathered themselves together against me, and I knew it not. They did tear me and ceased not.
So even though we treated them as brothers, they tore us up and they didn't cease. Even though we treated them nicely, treated them kind with care, they did not cease. You see in the description right here, they beat us, they took us, and they enslaved us and made us work in tribute to them, right? Keep reading verse 16 is the point.
Kind, with hypocritical markers and feasts,
right?
They managed to fund me with their teeth.
This can be applicable to and applicable to the Mesoamerican. How they treated our forefather David is the way that they treated them. And we will see that in this curse right here. Leviticus chapter 26 and 15. If anybody don't know, Leviticus, right here, is where Deuteronomy come from. Deuteronomy is secondly telling what Leviticus is saying, right? So you can find the curses in Leviticus 26, right? So go to Leviticus 26 and verse 25, please.
Hey, Shalakia Darak. Hey, before we get that scripture, I want to address a question in the chat. I got it posted up top here, okay?
Okay.
It's from a brother named Matthew Menard.
Okay.
Okay. It asked the question, was the Northern Kingdom keeping the laws and statutes here in North America? All right. So brother Matthew Menard, well, I would have you to go is to 2nd Esdras, okay, chapter 13. I'll have you go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, and I'll point out verse, verse 41, okay? But just to give you a little history on this passage right here, this is talking about the journey, okay, for the 10 tribes to the Americas, okay? All right? This is the journey, okay, for the 10 tribes to the Americas, okay, from Assyria, okay? And this is and this right here was the plan, okay? This was the goal, all right, for our brothers and sisters as they came, okay, to this side of the earth. And it reads, the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 13 and verse 41, it reads, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. So the goal, okay, for us to come to a land, all right, that mankind never dwelt, was to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, but brother, what you have to understand is that the Most High's word would never come back void. Because we broke his law, statutes, and commandments, we're cursed. Okay, we're gonna break the law, King. All right, we're gonna go through trials. Okay, we're gonna be persecuted. We're gonna be chastised by the spiritual demon Satan. Guess how long? Forever. Okay, so of course we went off when we came to the Americas. All right, in the same manner in which we're going off now. All right, I don't want to get too deep. Okay, all right, but our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, all right, they were going way the hell off, worshiping idols. Okay, all right, being subject to the ways, okay, of the heathen. All right, that is right here in the scriptures. I'll have you read, okay, this chapter so you can get the understanding there, brother. Okay, so our goal was to keep the law, statutes, and commandments in this land. But of course we didn't do it, okay, because we're cursed, brother. All right, and we are to be chastised until the Hamashiach Yahushua cracks that sky, King. All right, I yield the floor.
And like the Adawan eloquently brought up, that was the plan. That was the plan for them to come over to serve the God, right? Serve the Most High, the one true living power. That was the whole purpose of them coming over here. But we do see them coming over here and doing idolatry. But I do have some archaeological evidence that shows their purpose for coming over here. And I think that'll help answer your question. But like Mama Liz says, the Hispanics got a who we believe the Northern Kingdom is, the Hispanics. They have a long track record of going off. So even though they believe that if they left the heathen, they'll stop going off, they still went off. All right. And you can see it in some of their practices, you know, because even when you're looking at it, right, the Northern Kingdom will always follow, you know, Canaanite customs, right? And even when you see it, the Aztecs got the dang on the lip bow, right? They got the nose rings and stuff like. They look like damn Canaanites. Why? Because that's what they was following while they was over in our land, right? Even in Judges 2, the Most High had to sing the angel. Even in Judges 2, the Most High had to send the angel and tell them, because y'all want to make league with these other nations that y'all supposed to spew out, they were staying with them, man. We could get that. Let's go to the book of Judges, chapter 2, and give me Judges chapter 3 and verse 5. Read that.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 3 and verse 5.
Read.
And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hittites,
right,
and Amorites,
right,
and Perizzites,
right,
and Hivites, and Jebusites.
Keep reading.
And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their gods.
Exactly. So we see them having this history even when they were coming out of Egypt. I'm gonna read Judges chapter 1 and verse 7. Well, if you read Judges 1, you see how the Northern Kingdom was still having the Canaanites in their land. Zebulun, Manasseh, Ephraim. You see them all keeping Northern Asher. You see them all keeping Canaan in their lands and keeping them in their habitations, even though it was a commandment to spew them out. So they adopted and kept some of their customs, right? Can somebody give me Leviticus chapter 26 and 25? And somebody hold for me Deuteronomy 28 and 43, right? Read Leviticus.
This is the book of Leviticus. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 25. And it reads, I will bring a sword upon you that shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant.
So the quarrel of the covenant, the quarrel of the covenant is what? Deuteronomy 28 and 15, Deuteronomy 28 and 45. The quarrel of the covenant is, if you don't keep my commandments, then these curses will come upon you. So I'm going to bring to you the sword, right? The sword, that's critical. And what is the sword going to do?
That shall avenge the quarrel of my covenant. And when ye are gathered together within your cities, I will send the pestilence among you, and ye shall be delivered into the hand of the enemy.
Right. So we're going to be delivered in the hand of the enemy. He's going to come in their land with pestilences. What happened to the Native Americans? What happened to these native Mesoamericans? They were stricken with pestilence and with the sword. Can a brother give for me, just to make the point, give me Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. I believe that's what I want. Right? He came in the land with the sicknesses, with the pestilences, and with the sword, and enslaved our brothers and sisters, enslaved these Mesoamericans, right? And took them and made them serve slave labor with this encomienda system we see here, right? Can a brother give for me Psalms? Baba Kishaw?
Comes the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
So the wicked is the Most High sword, and these brothers, right? These Spaniards, these Edomites, right? These are base men are the sword of the Most High, and they are sure as hell are the wicked because of the things in which they did to our ancestors, man. Let's go to the next slide. Read Deuteronomy first. Salakia.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Right.
And thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So that's what happened to our brothers right here, right? The Spaniards, right? They came over, and they became the head, and they became the tail, and they were oppressed. And this brother right here says, this brother Jay right here said, not all Hispanics are Israelites, because when the Spaniards came, they raped, robbed, and murdered the northern kingdoms. Even the word Hispanics mean a product of Spain. Didn't we have bywords upon us, King? Weren't we raped, robbed, and murdered as well, King?
That's right.
So we understand there are tears, but the brothers and sisters that go through these curses, like you did, Jay, right, that you bear witness to, them brothers that go through these curses are our brothers and sisters, man, right? So more things that came with encomienda. Not only did they force labor, guess what else they forced? Religion. Just like they did with the so-called black men when they brought them over here in chains, man. They forced upon them work and religion. Go ahead, King.
Hey, Shalakia, the rock. Hey, somebody get 1 John chapter 4 and verse 1 real quick. Okay, because I'm not saying that the brother Jay is saying this, okay, but a lot of brothers and sisters, okay, that claim to be in the faith, they try to use that argument, okay, to dismiss a lot of our brothers and sisters, okay? All right, like a lot of people don't believe the so-called Mexicans are Israelites, okay? They're trying to discredit them, okay? But we understand that there's some that may not be. But this is how we decipher that. We decipher that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, read that. 1 John chapter 4, verse 1.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God. Because many false prophets are going out into the world. Hereby we know ye the spirit of God. Every spirit that confesseth Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is come in the flesh is of God.
That's right. Okay. So you gotta try the spirit, all right, by the spirit. Okay. And if brothers and sisters are confessing, okay, all right, that Christ, all right, is Lord, all right, and that he has come in the flesh, all right, then that spirit, all right, very well may be of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. So you got to try the spirit by the spirit. So the reason why I say this, okay, is because of this. I want you to think about this. A lot of our brothers and sisters, okay, that try to go against our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters. If the brother or the sister is making sense, okay, if they're speaking, all right, these scriptures, all right, if they're doing what John chapter 7 and 38 says, out of their belly is flowing rivers of living water, okay, and that brother or that sister is an Israelite, and you're going to deal with that thing, okay, because the heathen, all right, the heathen does not understand this word. The heathen, okay, cannot declare his statutes, all right. They can't understand this thing. So if you got brothers, okay, like brothers that try to go after, I'm not trying to, start anything. Us and Sons of Thunders, we try to, stay away from mess. But we got brothers that go against our brothers in Sakari, man. Okay, trying to say them brothers is not Israelites. All right, I know it's a different topic. It's not a Hispanic thing, but them brothers know the scriptures. What you gonna do with Gorilla Hebrew? What you gonna do with Hassan, man? Okay, what you gonna do with these brothers? Them brothers is speaking the scriptures in a very scholarly manner, man. Okay, how can you say that's not an Israelite? The word, okay, is coming out of their mouth, okay, in abundance, like rivers of living water. And the same thing goes for our Hispanic brothers and sisters, okay, who are delivering the word, like our brother Yahweh here. The Most High will not allow his word to enter into their mouths, okay, to edify the people in such a scholarly manner if they're not Israelites. Right. All right, that's all I got to say, y'all. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, kind of like I got a quick precept too. I don't want to go with what you said out of one. And there's a book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So that's always been the best way we get to know who's Israel, right? When the brothers go out there and teach this word, but before I heard this truth, I knew nothing about it. The brothers started saying some truthful things. And right away, once I heard it, I'm like, man, I could relate to that. Because every day I go outside, I'm worried about these damn cops trying to lock me up. I see my brothers getting locked up daily. I see my people in cages out on the border. Who else is that happening to?
Exactly.
By the so-called richest nation in the country. These brothers out here with these fake names on their profile, first and foremost, they're the ones that are just speaking out of nowhere. They cannot trace no lineage back to nothing. They know they don't trust that genealogy stuff, because a goddamn cat could be your ancestor. So what's the only way? What did the Most High give us to know this truth? The Bible. That's all the Most High gave us. The Most High did not give us no lab with blood. The Most High didn't give us these maps. The Most High gave us the Bible, and that's it. That's all we got. That's all anybody has to prove they're Israel. That's all we got, the Bible. And what's the best marker and sign? The curses. Start reading the prophecies and who it fits. That I yield out of one.
God. All praises. All praises. It's a brother in the chat that still don't believe. But that brother right there, the only reason why he knows he's an Israelite, because of the curses of Deuteronomy. That's the only reason why this brother has bared witness. The only reason why he bared witness to him being an Israelite is because the curses of Deuteronomy. And right now we're proving with the curses of Deuteronomy, the same curses that you went through, we're about to show that the Native Americans went through, right? It says, along with slavery, the indigenous people of South America were forced to subscribe to the Spaniards' religion, Catholicism, right? Because somebody give me Jeremiah 17:4, and somebody give me Deuteronomy 28:64. Because we know what Deuteronomy 28:15 say, right? If you fail to keep the commandments and hearken to the Most High God, then these curses will fall upon you, right? So we understand that these curses are going to come upon us. And we read in the beginning that the curses will be a sign, according to Deuteronomy 28:46, right? That these curses are going to be a sign and a wonder and upon our seed forever. We already read that. We already have reading comprehension, and we understand that these curses are an identifying marker on our people. And watch this. Read Jeremiah 17:4 first.
Khan, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right. So here we have right here. Wait, keep reading the precepts, Salaki.
Khan, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
So this is that right there. This is the Most High getting us. That's his quarrel against us, because the covenant that we broke, right? That we would discontinue from our heritage, right? Let's get Deuteronomy 28:64. Read that.
Comes the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28:64.
Right.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the end of the earth even unto the other.
Right.
And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
And that's what they gave us, man. Now, and guess what? They scattered the Native Americans. They scattered the Mesoamericans, right? And they gave us other gods, which we didn't even know in the first place, even wood and stone, right? And if the people will resist by fighting or not conforming to the slavery and religion, they would be punished, right? They would be punished. What does that sound like? The same thing so-called black people went through. The same thing that you guys bear witness to when the teachers were bringing it out on the street corners, right? Give me Psalm chapter 55:21 through the Spirit. The same thing. Read that, King Salaki.
This is the book of Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
right?
But war was in his heart.
Well, full out war was in his heart, to pillage, to destroy, to rape, rob, and murder, strip us from what we had. It was all right there, and it was war in his heart. It all happened to the so-called Hispanics, man. All right, go ahead and go to the next slide, Bubba Show. We're gonna dive into the information. I kept y'all waiting. I teased y'all for too long. Y'all about to get this information, man. Right? So right here we got the man-eating mountain.
Bring it out, King.
The man-eating mountain. We're about to break it off, man. It says in 1545, Incas worked in silver mines for the Spanish economy. It became Spain's main source of wealth before inflation. They was working our Native American brothers so hard, right? They was working them so hard, the Incas, they was working them so hard in these silver mines that it inflated. That silver inflated in Spain, man. It says the man-eating mountain, our brothers will call it, became the source of slave labor for men, women, and children. The nickname man-eating mountain refers to the slaves that die in the mountains while working, right? So we have a primary source right here. If you want to look up this brother, he's a Spaniard, man. It's Vince Roy Toledo, right? Further explains the claim, writing about a group of 7,000 native Peruvians taken from their homes far away to work in the mines. One Spanish observer wrote, only some 2,000 returned, and other 5,000, some died, and others stayed at the mountain, right? That's the name of it, Potosi, right? Or the nearby valleys because they had no cattle for the return journey, man. Give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 38. Right here we got slave labor. Slave labor. They was in a silver mine. And y'all are trying to tell me, y'all trying to convince me that Native Americans are not Israelites, but they were serving in slave labor in 1545, man. Come on. Come on. Somebody look at that time period, right? Somebody look at that time period. 1545? Was there a black person over here? Did they take the brothers off the west shore, the shores of West Africa yet? So stop playing. Somebody read the precept.
Yeah, Salaki, before I read that. This lesson is great and powerful. People, you have the visual aids and the scriptures that's matching up. You can't refute this information. You cannot refute it. You cannot refuse it. This is facts that's coming out. That's in the history books that the Edomites wrote. These devils were wicked, and you could see the trail of destruction in which they produced throughout history. Not only to the so-called black Americans, but also to the Native and the Hispanic community too. Straight like this is your history right here. He's doing an excellent job. When I read that precept, Leviticus chapter 26, you said verse 38.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Khan, and ye shall perish among the heathen, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up.
So right there, the heathen have taken this land for themselves, right? Start calling the provinces and the lands by themselves. And it's right here we see it eating them up. That's why they named it man-eating mountain. That's over right. Here, devouring them by this work, man, through the spirit. Through the spirit, these breadcrumbs are being left for our people. Let's go to the next slide. Right? It says, in order to help production and success rate of silver mining, the Spaniards added more free labor by importing so-called African slaves to the Peru. That's what we have here. Right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. Right? We got right. Read the precept. Read the precept first. Read
yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. I was going there. Go ahead, Kay.
Spirit, man. Hey, read the precept, Brother Kashaw. Whoever got it, man, just call it and read it.
Comes the book of Jeremiah, 50 and verse 3. Go ahead, I don't want.
Go ahead.
Hey, you got it, King.
Comes the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
What did the Bible say? What did the Bible say?
The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
And right here in this mountain, we have the children of Israel and the children of Judah being oppressed together. The same slave labor that so-called Africans did that you bear witness to, we got Hispanics right here serving the same labor as you. But they not your brothers. Let's go to the next slide, man. Let's go to the next slide.
Bring
it out.
Go ahead, King. Bring it out.
This brother right here, Yashibi Israel said, if they fit the curses, why do they have a land and government in Mexico, Puerto Rico? So by his knowledge, Jamaicans are not Israelites because they got a land, they got a flag. Haitians are not Israelites. They got a country, they got a flag. Dominicans ain't Israelites. Their brothers in Trinidad ain't Israelites. Right?
Bring it out. Bring it out.
He just picking and choosing what he wants. But it's all good though, because he's doing good being an armchair warrior.
Armchair warrior, man. Keyboard warrior.
Hey, we call them. We call them key brews. Call them key brews. Just shut that thing up, man. Key brews.
Hey, so
go ahead, Adama.
Don't entertain that, man. That joker's messing up the lesson. He flowing with this thing. I don't want to answer his questions.
But we about to say, hey, you gotta, hey, what's that man's name? You gotta take this into accountability right here. We got what we call the Hispanic slave trade. The peak of American civilization was attained off the backs of slaves, right? A consistent importing and exporting of human cargo pushed the world forward in economic growth. What's widely and vastly known, right, as the transatlantic slave trade, where African slaves were brought to the Americas for free labor, right? We all know about that. The transatlantic slave trade, right? That's what you bear witness to. You keyboard armchair warriors that want to take your Hispanic brothers and throw them to the side. Y'all bear witness to the transatlantic slave trade. That's how y'all know y'all Israelites. But guess what? What's not known or heavily taught is the indigenous natives were often exported as cargo across the seas. All praise to the Most High God, man. Let's go to the next slide. All praise to the Most High God, man.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
According to Linford D. Fisher, a Brown's University professor, this is Ivy League, man. This Ivy League. This man get paid to do scholarship in history. It says between 1492 and 1880, between 2 and 5.5 million Native Americans were enslaved in the Americas, in addition to the 12.5 million of African slaves. So we see right here, Psalms 50 is being right here. Judah and Israel are oppressed together. And we see who we call the Native Americans, the Northern Kingdom, right? Who we know as the Northern Kingdom are oppressed alongside with us, right? For those that are in disbelief, right here we got the picture shown, right? It's an image from 1595 depicting a conflict between Native Americans in Mexico. What's a Native American in Mexico? A Hispanic, right? This is the Aztecs brothers and sisters right here. And the Spanish colonists led by Francisco de la Morta. So what we got right here is a depiction of a conflict and war going on between our Hispanic brothers and the heathen, man. Right? During these wars, this is all backed up by this Ivy League professor right here. For those that want to know, right? During the wars, Spaniards and New England colonists would frequently export natives to Barbados, Bermuda, Jamaica, the Azores, Spain, and the Tiger in North Africa, Fisher says. So guess what we have here? Somebody give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68.
Salakia.
Go ahead, Adonai. Go ahead. I'm about to go.
God, this This is irrefutable. Irrefutable evidence. The brother is bringing it out. I was stationed in the Azores when I was in the Air Force. The Azore Islands, that's a Portuguese island. And guess who was in the slave trade? The Spaniards, the Britons, the Portuguese, the Dutch. All of them was a part, and the French was a part of the slave trade. I have a book that I usually carry to camp with me, and it has all this information in it. It is backed up by historical fact that you cannot refute. And all these nations do not want to hear this because we're bringing it out. We're waking our people up. This is a good lesson. All praises.
All praise to the Most High God. Oh! What is that? Is that a boat? And somebody be doing right 28:68, man.
Come on. Bring it out, bring it out, brother.
Read the curse,
is the book
man.
of Deuteronomy. Hey, not to mention, this is the last curse. This is the last curse that Moses gives us, right? All right. And it symbolizes what? Our last captivity, right? All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 68, and it reads, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships."
With what?
By the way whereof us, with ships.
Keep reading.
"By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again."
Talking about our homeland.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So we got the classic. This is what we call the nail in the coffin, right? When we're teaching out there on the streets. The nail in the coffin is Deuteronomy 28:68, telling us that we would go back into Egypt again. Let's get because that's a Greek word. In the Old Testament was written in Hebrew, and that's a Greek word. There's a meaning for Egypt, right? So let's get that meaning. Somebody give me the classic Exodus 20:2, and somebody give me Exodus chapter 1 and verse 18, I believe.
Come, the book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Right, read.
Come. "I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
right,
out of the house of bondage."
So Egypt is synonymous with bondage. Why is it synonymous with the house of bondage? Exodus 1 and chapter 13.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 13.
Right.
"And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor."
Right, read on.
"And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage."
So right here, we got right. Keep reading.
"In mortar and in brick."
Right.
"And in all manners of services in the field."
Oh.
"All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor."
So right here, we building in brick and mortar in Egypt. We serving in the fields in Egypt. Right. Right. This is why the Lord said, "I'm going to bring you into Egypt again," because you're going to be laboring in brick and mortar in Egypt, in this new spiritual Egypt, and you're going to be working in the fields. Isn't that what we did in America? Building the White House. Isn't that what we did in America? In the cotton fields. But you were soon to find out that not only the Incas were in the silver mines, but let's go to the next slide. Oh, Salakia, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Right? So that picture right there was the La Union, right? The La Union was used to take captured Mayans to Cuba during the War of Castile, right? Which lasted from 1847 to 1901, which saw the native Mayan people of the Yucatan Peninsula rebel against the oppressive European descendant rulers. At the time, slavery was illegal in Mexico, but operators, at the time the La Union was running, because, at this time, the La Union was running, going back and forth, slavery was illegal in Mexico, but operators captured like combatants or manipulated them into signing on a contract, like a worker's contract, right? Mainly for Cuba, where they were then voided all rights and basically treated as slaves, right? So this is the last slave ship right here. And this is what happened to our Mayan brothers, right? That's why Deuteronomy 28 and 68 fit them, because they were sent into slavery in the fields by ship, man. By ship, right? And then right here, guess what they were doing, man? Right? Not only in Cuba, they were serving in labor. It says in the 1600s, Spain invaded El Salvador and dominated the area for 300 years. Inhabitants of El Salvador was enslaved and forced to produce large quantities of indigo and other crops. Those other crops include like cocoa. The cocoa plant was big with the Mayans. They was forced to produce that as well. This production supported textile manufacturers in Europe for hundreds of years, and its production continued to grow through the Industrial Revolution. So throughout the time periods when the Industrial Revolution came about, they were still producing large amount of quantity of this quality indigo, man, that they were so famous for, right? And what you see right here, the picture I used was how El Salvadorians are being imprisoned for gang conspiracy right here. This is why these El Salvadorians are being arrested. But this is how they were being treated. You see how they're packed up and they're being abused, right? This is how they're doing our people. The same way they got our men in jail packed up for just whack charges is what they doing to them. And y'all are trying to disassociate yourselves from them so bad. And it proves a curse. Just because we on that topic in the spirit, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54. An ultimate curse.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Y'all want to disassociate yourselves so bad and so hard, but y'all don't realize that y'all are going with the prophecies of the Lord God.
Read Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 54.
Read.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate,
right,
his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Wait. So used to be tender and delicate in the sight of one another. Not on no weirdo stuff, but you cared about them. Like I say out on the street all the time, your son is tender and delicate to you. You wouldn't want anything to happen to your son. That's how we were treating one another. But now your eye is evil towards your brother. So you don't want anything to do with the Latino man, right? You don't want nothing to do with a damn Hispanic. You don't want nothing to do with them, but they're your brother. And we see through the various slides that they went through the same thing as you. They went through the same curses of Deuteronomy that you put yourselves in, that you want to bear witness to. And them same curses are a testament for your brothers. Them same curses are what puts your brothers in the fold, being the Hispanic people, right? And we got archaeology right here. It's what widely slept on is archaeological evidence. In this case, with the Hispanics and Native Americans, it shows the language they spoke and uncovers who the people are, right? So I have two cases of this being shown. It's roughly 800 artifacts were found in Puerto Rico with Hebrew on each artifact. And then we have the Las Lunas stone in Mexico that was discovered. This discovery was made, right? And it's the 10 Commandments written in Paleo Hebrew. So archaeological finds like this, coupled with the history that we just showed y'all and the primary accounts that we're about to get and the Bible prophecy that we showed y'all, it serves as undeniable evidence for the thesis are the Hispanics are definitely Israelites, right? And what we're about to show y'all on the slide is the artifacts. These are a part of the 800 artifacts found in Puerto Rico, right? And you can see kind of they had a linguist come in and he deemed that these might be Hebrew, right? And the story behind these artifacts, right, is that a Spaniard was entertaining a Northern Kingdom sister, and she told him to where to find these artifacts right here, and they were all critical for worship, right? Some were used for worship, right? Some were used for worship for the Most High, right? And they deemed them crazy, and they said that the artifacts were fake. But then we have new evidence coming out that these are real, and they're really artifacts of antiquity. Go to the next slide, because there's more. It shows you more of the artifacts right here, right? And then what we have on the right is the Las Lunas stone, right? And that's in Mexico, and that's what you find the 10 Commandments written in Hebrew. And I like to ask brothers and sisters this all the time. Why are Hispanics writing in Hebrew? Why? Why are they doing this? Maybe because that's who they are. Maybe because that's where they come from, right? Is there any because that's the end of my slide right there. Go ahead, Adawan.
Hey, Shalakia, I wanted to show the people something, man. You remember the thing we talked about here?
Adawan.
Give me a second. I'm gonna share something with the people to your point. Okay. Ask that question again to the people, King. Ask that question again.
Are Hispanics Israelites?
No, you said.
Oh, Salakia.
You know, why are they speaking Hebrew?
Why?
Right?
Okay, Khan, Salakia. Yeah, Khan, I asked that.
Okay. He says, why are they speaking Hebrew? So I want brothers and sisters to, kind of zoom in on this book cover right here. Okay. The name of this book is History of the Indies of New Spain. Okay. So the brother says, why are they speaking Hebrew and why are they writing, okay, in the Hebrew, the Paleo-Hebrew language, okay, and speaking in that tongue, right? All right, give me a second. I want to go ahead and pull up a passage real quick. All right. I want to zoom in on it. All right, so that the people can read along with us. Okay. Can you all read? Can you all see that? Okay, to the best of your ability.
I can see it.
I'm gonna read the underline. I'm gonna read the underlined portion of this. Okay. All right, and it reads, thus we can almost positively affirm that they are Jews and Hebrews, okay? And I would not commit a great error if I were to state this as fact, considering their way of life, their ceremonies, their rites and superstitions, their omens and hypocrisies, their aching to a characteristic of those of the Jews. In no way do they seem to differ. The Holy Scriptures bear witness to this. I'm going to say that again. The Holy Scriptures bear witness to this. And from them, we draw proofs and reasons for holding this opinion to be true. Okay? So this is coming, okay, from, once again, all right, the book, all right, just a second here. I lost it. Did the brothers and sisters get a screenshot of that book that I just put up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've seen. I don't want to. I think
because I lost it.
This issue with the Hebrew names asking for the reference of it, the name of the book.
Okay, hey, Darak, hey, go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna give her the page number. Okay, yeah, the sister's asking for that information, the page number and the chapter. Okay, and the title. All right, so go ahead, Darak. I'll put it in the chat.
Hey, Salakia.
Hey, go ahead, King.
Go ahead, Arwan.
I'm gonna tell y'all something, Israel. This right here is a profound lesson. You have to embrace our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters. This is the very thing that why Christ came. He came to bring the two houses back together. It's all throughout the New Testament. Ezekiel 37 breaks it down plain and clear. 2 sticks joining to one with one shepherd.
That's right.
That's Yahushua. To bring us together, northern and southern kingdom. So we have to get out of this mindset. See, the enemy's philosophy throughout history is this: to divide and conquer. But if we come together, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, now we're unstoppable. The scriptures tells you this. It tells you this. So embrace this and pass it along, that the northern kingdom, so-called Native Americans, so-called Hispanics, we are brothers and sisters. And we're doing it under the banner of Christ. His blood was shed so that we can be forgiven and we can be receive remission of our sins. The very sins that our forefathers and ancestors went off by following idols. That's why we punished. Now we can come together again through Christ, faith in Christ, and keeping the law.
It's a lot out of one. I want to touch on a quick point that I see a lot of brothers that don't want to study hard enough. They always bring up that the Native Americans had a so-called black people. I hate using it because I've never seen a black person in my life. I see Israelites. That's so right. But they like saying that the so-called Native Americans had a so-called black slaves. But we know from history that one of the most popular slaves was so-called black man. That's not the point. The point want to say that our people have always done that kind of wickedness to each other. Mm-hmm. And I got to preach it for that. This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 28 and verse 8. And the children of Israel carried away captive of their brethren 200,000 women, sons, and daughters, took also way much spoil from them, and brought the spoil to Samaria. So our people, even the scriptures, have done this wickedness. Mm-hmm. Our people in the scriptures have always even disliked their own loved ones. It tells you right here, the own Israelites carried their own Israelites into slavery. We've always done to each other. That's why one of Hamashiach's biggest laws, which we know what that law means if you really study, especially with Sons of Thunder, is love thy brother as I love thyself. That's still the hardest commandment for any of us to speak. To this day, we see it every single day. That's why we're still in this damn hellhole, because we cannot keep that commandment. That's why here in the Sons of Thunder we teach.
That's right.
Deuteronomy 20 and 54 is the ultimate curse, because we hate each other so damn much. We'll do anything to just say anything bad about each other. And this is what Yahweh always taught, like, man, you guys just hate each other. Love thy brother, love thyself. Keep those 2 commandments, and guess what? You keep all the rest. How you?
God, I got another punch. I got another hook in the background. Can you bring it up for me, Adawan? Hey, right here, we about to do something crazy, right? This is what the Christian church want to do so bad with their glossaleo, right? With their speaking in tongues. But what we're about to show y'all in the spirit is what tongue is, right? What tongues is and how it should be used, man, for the edification of the church, right? That's right. So right here we have an article where we have a book, right? This is a book by a Spaniard, right? It's a book by a Spaniard, and it's written in Spanish, right? But hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we have a Spanish speaker on the stage, man. And what the brothers gonna do, and what's going on in this, right before we go into it, is on the previous page, he's going to give us 5 reasons why he believes that the natives to America, these Hispanics, are Israelites, right? He's going to give us 5 reasons. In the page prior, I should go to it, shouldn't I? Yeah, on the page prior, he says because of the book of Ezra, right? Because you see, look right here.
Want me to read out of one?
Yeah, read that for him.
Let me read it real quick. I'll read it right there where it's highlighted. I'll read from the beginning of that paragraph.
Okay.
La primera por razón de la habitación es sitio a la parte del mundo donde se haya que moran y habitan. Esta se funda de una autoridad de Esdras. So it's saying, it shows you where they're going to be habitating and where they're going to be staying at. And you can see this authorized in the book of Esdras.
Wow.
Donde, which means where, dice que estos 10 tribus de Israel se fueron de allí, de Asiria, más adelante, muy lejos, en una región en parte deprobada de gentes que nunca había sido habitada, camino de año a medio. So it's telling basically the same thing the second Ezra 13 tells you. How these people were going to these 10 tribes were going to go on their own and go to a land that no man's ever dwelt. And the travel was about 1.5 years time. That's what we're saying out of one.
So and that's part of the reason, one of the reasons why he believes that they're Israelites. And Christopher Columbus wrote that in his journal, that another reason why he believed that the world wasn't flat was because of second Ezra, right? So hey, we got this evidence, but let's see another reason, and this is the reason why I chose this article, because I seen a brother go into this, man, from the Sakari, man, and it's a great source, because read what it says, Yara, for the people, man.
I'm reading Spanish, not translate to the English tongue. La tercera, por razón de la lengua habla que tienen que es hebraico corrompido, como nosotros hablamos romance que es latino corrompido. So right here saying that they're speaking that this is the third reason why they're going to that conclusion. They're speaking a corrupted Hebraic language. Just
what they speaking?
They're speaking a corrupted Hebraic language. Hebraico corrompido.
Man. Go ahead, expound on the point you was making, King.
And just like how now we're speaking a corrupted land language, which is so-called Spanish. And just for the record, the Spanish that Mexicans speak, real Spaniards don't even like this language, because their language is called Castellanos. Even this so-called language we speak, they say like that's a bastardized Spanish. They don't even like the way we speak Spanish, and they're the ones that gave it to us. It's because that's not even the name of it. It's Castellanos. I yield.
Hey, God. Hey, God.
Hey, Shalakia. Shalakia, the rock. Hey, our sister with the Hebrew name that we can't pronounce. She posed a question. Okay, it's real simple. The brother Uriah, he was pretty direct. Okay, he was pretty direct with his comment. He said, "Sis, it don't matter how you were raised. What do the scriptures say?" And I'm not going to leave it alone, Yakum Yah. I'm going to keep on saying it. Somebody get Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 22, and somebody else get Matthew chapter 17 and verse 21. Okay? The Captain Uriah is absolutely right. It doesn't matter how you were raised, sister. Okay? The problem is when we come into this truth, we are doing what the book of Revelations chapter 18, okay, and verse 4 tells us to do. We're coming out of the ways of our oppressors. Come out of her, my people. You're coming all the way out of your ways. All right. You're discontinuing from what you were taught, and you're coming into the knowledge of the truth. And you have to start living that. You have to shake off all that doggone brainwash, that Willie Lynch doggone mindset, all right, that slave doggone syndrome that has put us against each other, man. Okay, our Adawan taught us, okay, you know, one of our very key lessons, okay, when we first come into this campus, to understand, okay, that Deuteronomy 28 and 54 is the ultimate curse. The brother Dirac just brought that out. Us going against each other, all right, it's the worst thing that we can doggone do. Okay, bring that out. Bring out Ephesians 4 and 22. Listen. You have to listen to this, Israel, and you have to understand this. Get out of your own way and listen to the scriptures. Read, King.
It's the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22. That ye may put off concerning the former conversations. You
have to do what?
You have to put off concerning the former conversations. The old man. It
don't matter what you learned in the past. It don't matter what your mama taught you. It don't matter what your daddy taught you. It don't matter what America taught you about not wanting to associate, all right, with your brothers and your sisters. What do the scripture say? It don't matter. You don't trust them. This, that, and the third. All right, that's a sickness. Okay, and we got to come up out of that. Continue to read.
It says, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
Hey, read that. Somebody else pick it up.
Salaki. It says, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Mm-hmm. You have to be renewed, okay, with the new spirit, which says we must gather together. Okay? We must congregate with our brothers and sisters. All right? Judah, the house of Judah must light the torch, okay, and wake up, all right, the rest of the tribes. We got to get out here, okay, and preach this word to the four corners of the earth so that the end may come.
That's
all right.
That's right.
And if you believe in the scriptures, all right, the way the Hamashiach Yahawashai, okay, has said, all right, then out of your rivers will flow rivers, then out of your belly will flow rivers of living water. I'm paraphrasing that thing. Okay, now go to doggone Matthew 17 and 21. If you got a problem associating with your Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, all right, and counseling is not helping you, reading the scriptures is not helping you, this is what you need to do. Get Matthew 17 and 21. And I'm gonna address another comment that this sister just made. I'm gonna address it because we done told you people, okay, if you're gonna deal with Sons of Thunder, okay, you're gonna deal with it straight. Go ahead and read that.
Comes book of Matthew 17 and verse 21. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
Read.
And while they abode in Galilee, Yahushua said unto them, the Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of men.
Right.
And they shall kill him.
Okay. So this kind, okay, all right, can only go out by prayer, all right, and fasting. There are certain spirits, all right, that can get a hold of you, okay? There are certain demons that try to purge your spirit that can only go out by way of prayer and fasting. If you pray to the Most High with sincerity and truth by way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, okay, and you fast, okay, and we've explained, okay, we've explained thoroughly what a fast is, okay? We've explained what that thing is. You must not taste anything, okay? No food, no water, okay? And you need to remain spiritual for a 24-hour period at least, all right? And you're down on your knees and you're inflicting your soul, okay? That's what a fast is, okay? If you can do this thing by congregating with brothers and sisters, do it. All right? That's only going to make the spirit more powerful, okay, and stronger. But some of the things that we deal with, we have to pray and fast these things off of us, okay? Because just reading it and hoping that it's going to go away is the wrong answer. Okay? All right? Now, hey, Dirac, I'm going to hand it back to you in a minute. Okay. Now, understand something. Okay? When we bring something out, okay? We bring something out, all right? And you disagree with it, all right? Or you rather go to, another, teaching, okay? Because they may explain it better, then that's where you need to be. Okay? That's where you need to be. All right? If what we're saying is not helping, all right, or whatever the case may be, okay, then hey, we're not going to hold it against you. All right? We're not going to hold it against you if you don't like what we say. All right? Sons of Thunder is we putting our feet down. We got doggone. I'm hearing we got. I teach out in Alabama now. I used to teach, out in 5 Points with the brothers every Saturday. Okay, I'm hearing we got sisters telling our doggone Adawan, okay, that Bible is irritating to them. Okay, well, if you come around Sons of Thunder, that's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear the Bible. Okay, you're gonna hear the Bible. And if you don't like it, get me Galatians chapter 4 and 16. If you don't like it, all right, then you got a problem with Yahweh, Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All right, get that scripture, man. Get that scripture. Galatians 4 and 16.
This is the book of Galatians chapter 4 and verse 16. I am therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth.
Hey, King. Hey, start from the beginning again. You said that wrong. Hey, Galatians 4:16. Read it slow.
Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Okay. 1 Peter chapter 4:11 over here. Okay. We're only going to speak, all right, the words of Yahweh, Bahashem Mashiach Yahweh. Okay. We're going to edify your nation. Okay. We're not coming at that sister harsh, man. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to edify our people. Okay. We're just letting you know our stance. Okay. We're just letting you know our stance. Hey, go ahead, there, Rock.
Can I get y'all can you give me Judges chapter 12 verse 5? And then because we're gonna speak on this point of the Hispanics speaking what we have a corrupted Hebrew, and we about to see that there is no new thing under the sun. No new thing under the sun. The Hispanics been speaking a corrupted Hebrew, man. Hey, let's get that in Judges.
Come the book of Judges chapter 12 and verse 5. And the Gileadites took the passages of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so. Then when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, "Let me go over," the men of Gilead said unto him, "Art thou an Ephraimite? If he say Ephraimite, if he said nay."
Right? Keep reading. This the point. So they being pressed. They being checked and pressed. Are you an Ephraimite? Right? Read.
And said they unto him, "Say now, Shibboleth." And he said, "Shibboleth," for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passages of Jordan.
Right.
And there fell at the time of the Ephraimites 40 and 2,000.
So right there, right there, I know it's a stereotype with our Northern Kingdom brothers, who we believe the Northern Kingdom is, that they don't say words right. Right? They don't say words right. But right here, we see Northern Kingdom saying words, not being able to pronounce words how we pronounce it. And right here was their downfall. It's brother killing brother right here. It was sick. But right there is proving the point how our brothers spoke a corrupted Hebrew. You see? And then, I'm gonna go, that was one of my last points. But then I seen a brother say a lot of people based off skin color, right? So I got something in the background. I don't want. Can you pull that up? So what we have here is a visual aid for some of y'all who don't understand. This right here is Blake Griffin, a basketball player. This right here is Blake Griffin's father. This is his mother, right? Y'all see his father. That is a Haitian man who we believe to be part of the tribe of Levi, right? So according to Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18, that will make Blake Griffin from the tribe of Levi, right? Watch this. This right here is Blake Griffin's son, a child from the tribe of Levi. Look how this little boy looks. Does he have the skin complexion like his grandpappy? Right? Now let's go to another visual aid to help some of y'all understand. This is a rapper. His name is Drake. Look at his son. Blonde hair and blue eyes, man. Blonde hair and blue eyes. Some of y'all just don't understand. Right? That skin complexion don't matter. Skin complexion don't matter.
Hey, Shalak, hey, I got a precept for you, King.
Kind out of one. Go ahead and bring that up.
And let's get Hosea 7 and 8, King.
Okay.
Let's get Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8.
Right. Oh man.
I see my brother Rodney in the chat. Hey, Shalom, brother Rodney. Hey, Shalom, Adawar Eliel. Shalom. Hey, go ahead,
Shalom, mighty men.
So right here we got the book of Hosea. Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. It says, Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people, Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Read it again, King.
Ephraim, he has mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Hey, so Ephraim has mixed himself amongst these heathen. He is a cake not turned. Now I'm gonna give you two different stances on this. If you take some pancake batter, right, and you put that thing in the skillet, all right, and you let that thing cook on one side, man, and you don't flip that flapjack, you don't flip it. What color is it on top? That thing is like tan.
It's tan.
Okay,
you know, it's not tan. Dark.
All right, it's tan. But if you flip that thing over, okay, it becomes a little brown on that side, right? A cake unturned. Now let's talk about putting cake in the oven. If you take cake and you put it in the oven, let's say you're baking, some yellow cake, right? You want to make some pound cake or something like that.
Right.
All right. You put that thing in the oven. All right. Now the top of that cake, is going to be somewhat like a golden, like brown, a lighter brown. But on the bottom of the cake, what color is it? It's brown. It's a dark brown. The scriptures are real.
Right.
The Ephraim has mixed himself among the people. Who are the people? The heathen nations, the nations outside of Israel. At one point in time, we were all dark-skinned. If you go to the island of Puerto Rico, go out there to the island of Puerto Rico. Hey, you can even see Poppy, off in New York somewhere. All right. They be darker than our people. Be darker than the brother Dirac. Be darker than the brother Yakim. I'm a bit of light-skinned brother. Okay. But you got to understand this thing. The scriptures are telling you that because we mixed ourselves among the heathen, a lot of our people, are lighter skinned. A lot of our people are lighter skinned. And I saw the brothers and sisters putting the speckled bird references, in the chat as well. We got to stop being ignorant, man. We even still ignorant. All right. And that's right. Ignorant. IGNANT. With, in Judah too. All right. We still got the doggone light skin, dark skin wars going on.
That's right.
Everybody understands, the wheat and the tear thing. We all understand that thing. But you brothers and sisters that think that everybody that is dark skinned is an Israelite, you tripping. The brother just showed you a picture of Blake Griffin and his son. If you saw Blake Griffin's son out and about, you would just think that was an Edomite. Why you don't think there's dark-skinned people out here that may be Edomites, man? Why you don't think that thing? We scattered to the four winds, man.
Salaki, Bob Marley was like that.
That's why Christ has to come back. That's right, King Bob Marley. And our people love Bob Marley. Bob Marley, all right, so-called Edomite, man. All right? Our people, doggone, hey, we got to wake up out of this thing, man. Christ has to, doggone, come back and separate the wheat from the tares because we too ignorant to try the spirit by the spirit. We too jacked up to do that thing. We don't understand. We want to look at things, just by sight. All right? And not deal with our brothers in the spirit, our brothers and sisters in the spirit. Go ahead, Dirac.
God, hey, that right there was my last point, man. How so your skin color don't matter, right? Because you are what your father is, right? And if you bear witness with these curses, right, of Deuteronomy, the signs that'll be upon our people, right? Then you, in fact, are an Israelite. Because that's how we bear witness, right?
That's right.
Hey, exactly. The morals on Egypt, like Adawan Eliel's telling you, the morals on Egypt show brothers my color and y'all are all color. It show us in various different shades of brown. Different paintings of Northern Kingdom today show them very different colors of brown, right? And in further, I'm gonna show y'all in further study, right, how they were even calling Native American brothers Negroes. They were classifying them as Negro. You see what I'm saying? So even the Egyptians classified us as the same. And just like that, they classified the Hispanics the same as us. They treat them the same as us. They go through the same curses of Deuteronomy as us. So stop going against your brother, right? Right? Hey, with that, I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. If any brother and sister want to research or go behind me and do further research based off what I went over, all you have to do is go to and search up the keywords from the slides, right? Man-eating mountain, encomienda, and things like that. Brown's University studies and things like that. You can find the same things that I found, right? And then you can go even deeper, right? And add on to those lessons, man. All praise to the Most High God, man. Hey, and it's more to come, Israel. It's more to come. Every time I'm on here, I'm gonna go into some Hispanic and Native American history, bring it out in sincerity and truth, right? Doing as much study as I can. Stop disrespecting your Northern Kingdom brothers, man. I heard somebody at the Passover called this beloved brother right here at Edomite, man. Why y'all got that heathen in y'all congregation? But hey, through the spirit, he not a heathen, man. According, he bear witness that he's of the children of God. He bear witness from the same things that you bear.
That's right.
So stop playing.
That's right.
And with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach. We'd like to give y'all a heart shalom, man. I'm gonna bring up the feast day calendar.
Hey, The Rock, bring that feast day. Yeah, bring that back up, man. Hey, talk to the people about it, man. Hey, go to first fruits on it. I'm gonna bring up the banner on first fruits.
So make sure you brothers and sisters, right? Y'all RSVP for the first fruits, right? We have our first fruit feast on June the 3rd at even, man. June the 3rd at even. Go ahead and send y'all RSVPs now to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com, right? Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Please, if you did not keep the Passover, we do have our makeup Passover May 13th, right? At even. We have our makeup Passover at May 13th at even. And then we have our new moon, right? April 30th at even. So make sure you brothers and sisters are wait, did y'all see y'all seen it? The calendar?
Hey, I'm sorry, King. I didn't know you had it up just a second, King.
Con.
Hey, there you go.
We got the feast days up here.
There you go, brother.
I'm gonna repeat it again briefly, right? So we don't forget to RSVP to the Feast of First Fruits, right? RSVP to Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. Please RSVP ahead of time, right? I would like to see all my brothers and sisters there. That's another appointed feast day where you are to the men are to bring themselves or appear before the Most High. So I would love to see all our mighty men there, man. Then don't forget the makeup Passover. If you did not keep the Passover, May 13th is your makeup Passover. Please make that through the Spirit, man. And then if you would like to congregate in Atlanta or North Carolina at April 30th, we do have a new moon feast April 30th, man. And we love all you brothers and sisters. All praise to the Most High God. Man, it wasn't of me that lesson came out. It's the Most High putting the Spirit on me and putting the Spirit, to help dig up this information, man, through the Spirit, right? So I like to give all praise. Man. Yeah,
Esau, we waking our people up.
That's real.
Get away. They coming to the knowledge. They're waking up, hearing mighty lessons like this. We're not divided. We're not going to be divided.
That's right.
We're going to come together. Solidarity.
That's right. Excellent lesson, King.
All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, and with that, we are the Sons of Thunder Israelites. It's our prayer and heart's desire for Israel that they might be saved. Khan. Give y'all a hearty shalom, man.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
All praises, man. All praise to the Most High.
All praises.